The following is a presentation of TFNN, The Trader's Edge, with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the October 22nd, terrific Tuesday edition of today's Opening Bell on The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools, well, just simply tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that's what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools. This is the tool I call Use Wisely Your Power of Choice. Have you ever watched a squirrel jump from one tree to another? I watched such a squirrel yesterday, and he missed the first limb, but landed safely on the limb below. You see, the squirrel has to jump unless they want to stay in the same tree all of their lives. Something to think about. You know, we too, you and I, we may see a worthwhile goal and use our skill set of choice to make that jump. In fact, if you trade these markets, you must make that jump often. And, of course, it involves risk. And we, too, may miss the first branch we are jumping toward, only to land on the one below it. Now, if you don't use stops, then that fall can literally break your back. So always use hard stops when you trade or invest. Always use hard stops. Now, of all the powers that you and I possess, the power of choice is the greatest. What each of us right now, this very moment, have in our lives, it's the sum total of all the choices we have made in our life. And if there's something we don't like about ourselves or something that we want to improve upon, it's as simple as making a choice to create that which we want in our lives. Every choice you and I make, every choice is a building block. Every word, every act, every decision becomes part of who we are. Now, I think one of the most powerful choices that each of us can make is simply to realize and recognize that you and I, we have the power over our life more than we give ourselves credit for. We have the power to change our life in the snap of your fingers, in a heartbeat. We choose the meaning we give to every event in our life. We have that power, folks. We choose between the positive or the negative. We are the master of our own destiny, and therefore we must wisely, folks, choose and use that power of choice out there. Well, let's go check out the destiny of these markets out here right now. Dow futures up 50 points, trade out at 15,372. S&P futures up about 5.5, trading at 1743. We got a market again. Yesterday was, a lot of sideways movement out here. NASDAQ futures up about 12 points, trading out at 3365 and change. Russell 2000 up about 5 points at around 1114. King dollar back 25 ticks. It's getting crushed here this morning. The euro up. We'll take a look at the currency markets. Goldilocks, the hard currencies, they're up this morning. Gold up about 1%, up $12, trading out at $13.28. Silver up 19 cents right now at $22.47. Light sweet crude flat at $99.19 out here. Our calling number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Take a look at your stock chart, anything that you'd like to look at as we take a peek around the globe. Over in Europe right now, the DAX is up 0.75%. That's up 66 points. FTSE up 0.5%. That's up 31. Nikkei, kind of a mixed bag. Really a flat market in the Nikkei. Was up 20 points last night. Hang Seng down 122, about 0.5%. Shanghai giving back some of its gains from the night before. It was down 0.8%, off 20 points. So, where should we begin? Well, let's begin here. Let's begin with this is just how strong of a bull leg that we are in right now. We're going to take a look at the weak link out here. That is the Dow futures. Now, this is the 120-minute chart that I've got up on my screen. So if you are listening on your radio or your mobile device at tfnn.mobi, remember, you can go to the homepage of tfnn.com. In fact, you want to get over there this morning. You want to make sure that you are taking advantage of the Gold Report Opportunity 60 60, folks, for $600 is $10 an issue here. That ends, I believe it ends this morning. So no more procrastination. If you haven't gotten over there to take advantage of that, do that right now as we are speaking. Now, that's the strong hands out there. That's the strong links. We're going to take a look at the weak link out here, which is the Dow Futures. So, again, you can, watch this show streaming live to on your mobile device. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see that button, 3 smartphones, click live. And the archive is on Channel 9. And on the 120-minute chart here for the Dow, it had the most bearish of patterns that set up. Now, we can form this on a 30-minute chart as well out here. It's just a little bit easier, a little bit less cluttered, I should say, really, out here. So we're taking a look at these 3 drives. I mean, this one here is a relatively textbook 3 drive to a top pattern. We're taking a look at the first drive, meaning the first move up when we take a look at this before there was any significant retracement. Again, 120-minute chart we're looking at. Coming in at 9:30 in the evening on October 14th, the price level, $15,265. Makes a retracement, makes a 100% move of a move, comes back to a breakout area, gets down to a low at 5 p.m. in the afternoon on October the 15th. The second drive taking place here as we see a 1.272 expansion of that set of swing points. That's when we saw price get up into the 11:30 a.m. time frame, October the 16th, price level 15,311. Then what do we see? We see a 0.786 retracement of that move, comes all the way back down, makes that 0.786 retracement in the time frame of 9:30 in the morning. That's on October 17th, and then zoom, makes that third drive all the way up to the 7:30 p.m. time frame, October 17th, 7:30 in the evening now. 15,353. 1.272 expansions of sets of swing points. That is a non-forced 3 drive to a top pattern. That's what you want them to look like out here. Time zones, if we take a look at cycles, if we go from one cycle high to the next out here, let me add one more cycle here, my multiplier, there we go. You can see it peaked just a tad early, about 1 bar early. Well, folks, that is extraordinary. That's outstanding when you get a 3 drive to a top pattern. Now, that is as bearish as you can get when it comes to leading indicator patterns. You see, once we had the first drive in place here, especially when we got that second 0.786 retracement, this was an easy pattern in advance to go ahead and draw in. I had it drawn in out here, and it hit really, well, like I said, it hit 1 bar too early, but that's fine on this 120-minute chart out here. Now, this pattern, especially in the weak hands out here, this should be significant resistance. Now, it's the 120-minute chart that I've got up on my screen. 120 minutes is going to mean more than 30. I can tell you right now, on the 30-minute chart, this pattern has failed. By failure, I mean we have seen a close above that 3 drive to a top pattern. When a pattern such as this, that has so much bearish sentiment towards it, being able to pick out significant highs, or a 3 drive to a bottom, a significant low out here, and it fails, it tells you about the strength. At least it tells me about the strength that is inside the marketplace. Of course, there's on the 120-minute chart out here, you can see a little bit of a shooting star. Not a little bit. You can see a shooting star out here. This one taking place at 3:30 in the morning yesterday, the top of which is 15,367. We're at 15,372. That, if we see a close above it, will become the support area inside the Dow Futures. But the Dow Futures, they're just gearing up. They're getting ready to head north. They want to play a little catch-up ball here with the S&P, with the NASDAQ. There's no reason why all of those indexes should have so much fun out here. It's time for the Dow to get into its game, and this just gave you the biggest signal, in my opinion, one of the biggest signals here that it's now ready to play ball. That is inside the Dow Futures. If we go take a look at the other futures contracts, you know, the market really just had been moving sideways. We'll see if there's any traction here today. We're not totally out of that sideways zone, but so far off to a pretty good start out here. So to focus in on the other 30-minute charts out here, not going to waste your time, not going to waste my time, but we should take a look at the daily charts at least. Let's go take a look at the daily charts. They've got more meaning as we speak right now. Again here, the Dow Futures. So the question you should be asking, you should say, hey, Steve-O, all right, I get you on this 3 drive to a top pattern and the Dow taking it out. So where is the Dow headed to? Well, where the Dow's headed to is the top of its consolidation range. You see, the Dow has been consolidating in a 1,000-point consolidation zone really ever since the time frame of April the 25th, when that price level right around the 14,595-ish range. We're just going to use 14,600, let's say, as the consolidation level. Now, the top of the consolidation, right around 15,500 to 15,600 out here that we can use. So we're just simply going to use 14,600 to 15,600. Look, whether I'm off by 50 points or so, not a big deal out here. So where the Dow is going to head to is the top of that consolidation range. It's above the 0.618 retracement level if you just simply come off. Now we're looking at the Dow futures. Works the same way on the Dow. It's just so much easier to not have to fill in the blanks here. That's the look. You don't need to trade the futures contract, but if you're trading, you do need to have access to the futures contract. You've got to be able to fill in all the blanks, all that searching for price that goes on almost 24 hours a day in the marketplace. So if you really are serious about trading and investing, go get access to the futures contracts and learn all these different patterns that we show you, because it will reveal so much to you. I couldn't find a 3 drive to a top on the Dow Cash Index. It doesn't exist out there. But on the Dow Futures, it did. And that's very important. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzamento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It is always better when we're together. Yesterday's movement in the stock market, just a flat day out there. Looks like the space shuttle of the market was just simply at the docking station and was just taking a rest and was fueling up, and it has its fuel tanks full. The fuel tanks being the euro, Japanese yen, the currency pair that tracks the U.S. stock market better than any other currency pair out here. It is off to the races. We can see the euro Japanese yen. That is now above that big, nice, wide-ranging bar session from September the 19th. Uncle Ben Bernanke ish day out here, the top of which is 134.93. Now, I did have and I still do, you can see it on my screen if you're watching, this little 1.618 butterfly pattern that would complete right around the 135.65-ish range out here. You know, there's another pattern, I was just taking a look at it during the break, that looks to be setting up, and that looks to be a larger 1.618 butterfly. And this thing here has been making great patterns out here. This one will go from the high of September the 19th down to the low that was put in on October the 8th, and it looks more like what we will see is a run up into about the 137 level. Maybe I should just change that one to yellow just so we get a little bit of color differentiation out here. There we go. So that looks like more likely the move that is underway. I'm going to get rid of the Fibonacci numbers. Now, you may not have the drawing tool that I've got, but as long as you've got Fibonacci expansion and contraction numbers, you can also go ahead and identify these patterns in advance, and that's really what it is that we are looking at this stage. So we've got a pretty nice wide-ranging bar really coming in towards that 135.65-ish range out here. That's telling me that that's really not the pattern that it's trying to complete, and more likely what we'll see is a run to about 137.22 out there. That, folks, will be sufficient fuel to go ahead and continue to push these markets higher here. So that is on the euro, Japanese yen. As long as we're in the currency sector out here, let's go take a look at that strong euro US dollar. This is the weekly chart. This thing is on fire. I mean, just take a look at last week's candle out here. Last week's candle, as it was taking on its most recent swing point from, on the weekly chart, February 1st, 2013, the high of which is 1.3709. We'll draw a line across the top of that here right now. Let me see. Did we get a close above that level? No, we did not. But we are trading above it right now. So that resistance area, and that was set up by that bearish engulfing candle. That says that bearish engulfing candle was on the following trading session, February 8th. Now, it's a weekly chart, so we're only into the early part of the week here, just beginning on Tuesday. But so long as there is a close above 1.3709, that will then all of a sudden become a support. Now, what's really going to be interesting about this currency pair is the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD on the weekly chart completes at 1.38 even Steven out here. And that is where we will also see the Euro-US dollar run into channel line support that it has not broken since the time frame that it began, which is in July of 2008. So this is really going to be interesting to watch the euro as it approaches that level. Now, if the euro can break through there, which I suspect Stevie-san believes that it will be able to break through that level, then it's going to become that little trend line area where we'll see the next resistance. Now, at that stage, that's where we see a 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD up. That is at about the 1.3987 range. Now, let's go take a look at expansions of swing points. That's going to be that swing point high that is trying to break through from February 1st down to the low that was put in on March 29th out there. What we'll also see taking place is that this, what we'll call a failed 0.786 Gartley, which, as you know, I say often turns into a butterfly, that will complete right around that 1.272 area. So what does that look like here? Let's go draw that pattern, and we'll just go ahead and explode this up just a tad. And it looks like to me that is where the queen is headed to. The queen here wanting to make a 1.272 butterfly. We'll put this one, we'll go ahead and make this one yellow too, a nice dark yellow out there. And that's what, now let me go ahead and clean a little bit of this up here. Let's do this. We'll get rid of that formation tool, the 1 to 1.272. What else do I need to get rid of? There's nothing else that I really want to get rid of out here. I can get rid of this black line on the bottom. We don't need that there. And we don't need this line here. And so we just get a little bit of a cleaner chart pattern. Oh, it looks like I didn't grab the exact tick. I'll do that during the next break. But really looks like what the euro is setting up, it's poised to do, is break through that channel line, get up and test that trend line. That's probably where it really runs out of energy, right around the 139.7-ish range. That is on the euro US dollar. Again, it's the weekly chart we're looking at here right now. We've got a lot of time left in the week, but the looks pretty bullish to me. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Wednesday, October 30th at 6:30 p.m., Andy Hecht has a special live online workshop for his subscribers to his weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, called A Roadmap That All Investors Should Use, But Most Don't. During this hour-long live webinar, Andy will teach you how to use free and readily available market data to calculate the future expected price range for any asset. It's a simple yet powerful method that every investor should have in their toolbox. The best part, is that you can attend this live online workshop, which will be archived, by simply signing up for a 30-day free trial to Andy's newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report. And this is the last month to lock in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. This price will be going up by over 25% come November, so now is the perfect time to get in on the action. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
To the races. We got the Dow up 42 points, trading out at 15,434. S&P up 6 at 1750. Composite up 19 points, trading out at 39.39. Russell 2000 up 4 at 11.16. Apple up $6 and change. Little rocket ship got above that resistance zone we were taking a look at yesterday. We'll look at it again today. Did it on lighter volume. See if we can get some juice and some legs today here. Microsoft, well, it's got the legs, just doesn't have the juice. Doesn't have the energy. Today might be the day. Got Google is up $5, trading out at 1,008. To the upside, leading the charge, the upside is Netflix, up 7.5%, up $26 right now, trading out at $381. New Skin Enterprises, that's up 15% this morning. That's up $15 and change. Whirlpool, having struggled a few days ago, that is up 6% here this morning, up $8 and change. A nice rebound there. VMware, VMW is a ticker symbol, up 8%, up $7 and change. Illumina, ILMN up 7%. That's up $6 and change out here. Let's see, 17%. You've got cardiovascular. CS, they're having a nice heartbeat this morning. CSII, that is up. That's up 17%. That's up $4 and change. Kimberly-Clark, KMB is the ticker symbol. They're up $4. That's up about 4% as well. To the downside, Coach, COH is the ticker symbol. They're down about $3. That's a drop of 6% or so. You've got, let me see, anything else dollar-wise? Nothing else significant dollar-wise to the downside. Let's start off by taking a look at Netflix, gapping up here this morning. Now, not a three-gap play out here, but a fourth gap that is in place, and not a three-gap play because it's at this stage here, you can see it's been selling off, and it's a small gap out here. Now, what you'd like to see, this is, do not get in front of this freight train. You want to wait for some other signals out here. In my opinion, that's what you want to wait for. So today could be a nice setup because you've got this gap up here, and if for any reason there would be a gap down. Now we don't know how the trading session is going to end here today. Let's just assume for the time being, though, that that it doesn't trade substantially lower than where it's at right now. It's in the 378-ish, or the low's been 378.80, so somewhere around 375, whatever it is. As long as it doesn't complete this gap, and if we did get a gap down, doesn't have to be tomorrow. It could be as long as this gap here doesn't get filled, and then it creates a little bit of an island, and then a gap down. That's a whole different story. That would be your bearish signal that you would be looking for. But no, Real three. This gap right here, I believe, may be the largest in dollar-wise and percentage, which was the first gap, taking you back to the January 24th level out here. But no doubt a huge comeback again on the monthly chart. You can see this thing way over its highs. Now it's doing it with lighter volume. Again, the high being July 31st. You did have a bearish reversal signal the following month that says that 304.79 would really be your target. That should act as a resistance or as a support level. 102 million shares on that swing point, up and over it with 55 million shares last month. So far this month, 62 million shares. So it's actually got some pretty good volume. You know, we're 22 days into it. Depending on the volume today, I don't know that it'll, mathematically I'd have to go out there and take a look at average volume, but not too shabby. But these candles out here, they are not a thing of weakness, that is for sure. That is on Netflix. That's the monthly chart we were just looking at. We'll go back to the daily. We'll continue to monitor this because if you did get an island reversal, that would be your bearish signal out there. Let's go take a look at Whirlpool. Let's switch over. We'll take a look at Whirlpool. That's up a nice 8%. Then we'll take a look at Nu Skin here. Now, Whirlpool had taken out a B point with volume, I believe, and it looked like it was going to set up an A to B equals CD down. That B point was on October 9th. There was 1.1 million shares and moved through that with 3.7 million shares on the trading session of October 14th. But, boy, a reversal of good fortune here today. Up $10 and change, and some nice volume behind this move. So far today, 459,000 shares. That's in 8 minutes of trading. That's taking on the downdraft day. It had 3.7 million shares. So if this volume pace can keep up here, then what does that set up for? What does that really set up here for Whirlpool? Probably more of a consolidation than anything else, really consolidating up at these highs here. But says that with the volume that's inside this, Whirlpool should get up and let us know if it's a consolidation as it would approach the September 19th area in the 152 range. 151.84 is the swing point high. Let's go check out Nu Skin Enterprises. NUS is the ticker symbol. Let me see if they're out with any kind of earnings. Yeah, they were out with earnings. They did revenues, or Q3 revenues, to $927 million. Wow, how about this? Holy cow. Wonder if they opened up more stores. What do they do? $927 million versus $526. That's a big jump in beating the top line number out there. Bottom line number with that top line improvement, they did $110 million versus $54. So a nice move out there for sure. Congratulations to Nu Skin Enterprises. NUS again is the ticker symbol. This thing gapping up with some big volume. Let's pull this back. Whoops. Let me go back and grab the actual chart. There we go. Nu Skin. I'll pull this out here. So up so far this morning with volume of 1.1 million shares. Yesterday did 1.7 million shares. So big volume behind this move. I'm imagining this is at its highs. Yeah, most certainly is. So this is, let me put this on a weekly chart out here first. Pull this back. Not really much I can say to this stock here that is just going straight up off of the lows back here from December 2012. How about that? So in 2 years' time, this thing's gone from $32 to $117 out there. What's that? Nearly about a four-bagger, 400% return out here. That is on Nu Skin. If you're in the equity, just keep adjusting your stop. No real bearish signals here on the weekly chart. You had a nice continuation move. Once we saw a close above the close of August the 2nd, 2013, that closed 88.05. You had a nice little continuation signal here the week of September 13th out here. And this thing is contended, and there's really no way to put together any kind of real chart pattern on this that I can see. Forget the ABCs, forget the swing point expansions. This thing is just simply on its way to the moon out there. That is Nu Skin Enterprises. Let's see, what else do we have to the upside? VMware. VMW is the ticker symbol, so let's go check that out. VMW. Then we'll go peek in on the commodity sector, and we always come back and take a look at some of these stocks here. Now, this is a whacked out looking stock chart here. Look at all these gaps in this thing. This thing gapping down with substantial volume. The trading session of January 29th moves down with 27 million shares out here. Right now, today, it's getting inside that original gap. It's taking on its most recent swing point high, which was September the 19th. That top is 90.60 out there. Now, that could be the B point of an A to B equals CD up. But, man, with all these gaps here, why even spend your time trying to trade this equity? This looks like it has a number of issues here. Talk about, but what is it doing today? The top of 90.60, that's September 19th, 1.2 million shares. If it can close above that, that could be the taking out the B point. It would be taking out the B point of an A to B equals CD up. Today, it's done 2.5 million shares. So we got the volume behind the move, whether or not we're going to get the price, and what does that A to B equals CD look like in this? And no matter what it looks like, I would say, don't get in front of this little train out here. But this would set up a move to 102.68. That is on VMware. Let's take a look at Illumina, ILMN, before we switch over and take a look at the commodities. ILMN, that's having a nice morning. That's up 7%, up $6. So gapping up this morning. Has some good volume behind its move, taking out its most recent swing point from September 16th. That high was 85.81, 877,000 shares behind that move. So far today, 922. So that is taking out a swing point with volume. Taking out its highs as well. Let's take a look at, a lot of really bullish-looking stock charts out here. This thing... This equity, let me get rid of some of this other stuff out here, the squiggly line, so you don't have to take a look at those at the moment. But take a look at the breakout session that this most recently had. And, this is a beauty, huh? Here's another textbook one. The breakout, this thing broke out the trading session of July 25th out here. Does it with 4.6 million shares. Now, this pulls all the way up with the line across the bottom of my screen so you can see the volume there. Comes back to the breakout area on the trading session of October 9th. And what kind of that's a pretty poor question. What kind of hammer candle did that form? Well, actually, that's a good question. What kind of hammer candle did that form? That formed your type 1 hammer candle out there. It doesn't get more bullish than that hammer candle. And it was coming back with 2.2 million shares, 2.2 million shares going into 4.6 million shares, filling the gap out there, giving you a hammer candle, and that was a nice little signal, at least to move up to the top of the consolidation, which would have been the September 16th swing point at 85.81, but no, it's taking that level out with volume, or at least thus far it is. So where is this headed to? Let's actually put it on a weekly chart out here. Here's the real A to B equals CD that it has inside it. That's coming off of the lows back in October of 2011 out there. I believe it was 2011. Right now, completing the 1 to 1.618. It's a little bit beyond that level, $86 and change. There's another A to B equals CD that we could draw out here with inside this equity. That looks like this. Both of these, this one here is the more recent one, and that one doing a 1 to 2. So it looks like this equity, if we take a look at expansions of swing points, I would come from the high from July in 2011 back down to the lows here. Looks like this equity wants to move up to about the 97-ish range out here right now, trading at $87. That is on Illumina, ILMN. So let's go take a look here at let's go look at the commodities. Let's go look at that Goldilocks, see what it is doing here this morning after the release of the jobs numbers. This thing shot up to a high so far of $1337.90. It's trading at $1320. It's now above that first floor, that 0.382 retracement that's coming off of the highs from August 28th down to the lows that were put in on October 15th. Once you're above that floor, if we can get it close above $1320 today, that sets up $1364 as its next move out there. That is on Goldilocks. Here you've got this nice, powerful bar. This is the October 17th area. Priced, markets do not end on moves like that. In fact, all we saw was just a little bit of docking that was taking place at the space station here to fill up with some petro. It's filled up. 1364 is its next target area. 1364 to the level of maybe 1375, right around that range. We'll see what kind of volume it has coming into that swing point. If it can accelerate coming in there, then we're looking at 1394, 1434 as the next move, and that is on a Goldilocks. Let's go take a look at hi-ho silver out here. Silver also moving higher, taking on its most recent swing point from October the 8th. That was at a price level of $22.52. You're trading right now at $22.51. Volume on that set of contracts was about 31,000 so far today. We've done 26,000. Silver has the volume coming into the swing point. That sets up the move to the September 19th area as well, which will be 23.45. If we take a look at retracement levels from high to low, you can see that it is comfortably above the 0.382 retracement level, which is 22.26. So that swing point high in that 23.35-ish range, that is the next target. Now, volume up there, we're already trading. We have not traded into it, but volume up there, 68,000 contracts. So we'll want to see silver, high-ho silver, pick up its energy on its way up. Light sweet crude here. Light sweet crude getting back to the consolidation zone that it broke out of and never tested. Well, didn't test until yesterday and this morning. We'll see if it can hold this $99 level out here. Now, this is not the buy. If you could see light sweet crude close above, without it now retracing back down, if you could see light sweet crude close above 100.95, it will go ahead and make a run for that trend line that it has not been able to break back through. That would be the first level that you would see light sweet crude bouncing. Now, if we go from the shooting star, that session high on August 28th, down to the low here this morning, what we're also going to see is the 0.382, the dead cat bounce, which is, let me get rid of this right now. We'll get rid of the larger one for the moment. There we go. The dead cat bounce, 103.85 out here. And that'll take you right into, looks like the 50-day exponential moving average as well. So that would be a very key area to observe and to watch. But right now, look, it actually sets up a pretty good reward to risk trade if you want, because of coming back into that $99 area. That was the one-year consolidation zone. Now, the reason why it sets up a pretty decent trade is because if it closes below, we'll say the low of this morning here, 98.67, then that is probably the wrong trade out there. And then you just close it out, take a short loss. Then you could actually take a look at the short side. So at this stage right here, what I'm saying is that light sweet crude's back is right up against the wall out here. Which way it's going to go, I am uncertain about that. I'm not in a trade in light sweet crude. Right now, we've got the Dow up 33 points, S&P up 6. The market, what a beautiful thing. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Are you ready to ride the next bull market wave? Catch the Chapman Wave. Using the Chapman Wave methodology, Basil's very comprehensive daily newsletter, The Opening Call, gives the short, intermediate, long-term analysis for the key indexes. In his Trader's Corner, he gives a brief market summary and expectation for the day with possible trades, both long and short, which are reviewed daily. A position subscribers sold recently for a 42% on part, plus a 64% on rest. And Hertz Global as a core position for 6 months before exiting the position. A current position entered as a turnaround company with good technicals based on Basil's waveform is trading up to 170% of its entry point as a portion sold earlier for a 21% gain. Subscribers to the opening call can see the Chapman Wave techniques demonstrated and explained daily to educate investors. To get your 2-week free trial to the opening call, just visit the front page of TFNN.com. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern on TFNN.
TFNN has just announced a special sale for 2 weeks only for the Gold Report. To celebrate the 600th weekly issue of Tom O'Brien's Gold Report being published on October 22nd, TFNN is having a special one-time sale. From now until October 22nd only, you can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report. That's 14 months for only $600. We're offering Tom O'Brien's dynamic weekly newsletter at only $10 a week, which is almost half off the regular monthly price. The Gold Report is published every Tuesday and provides subscribers with Tom O'Brien's expert commentary on the industry, as well as detailed information on a variety of mining equities. Take advantage of this one-time special offer and pay only $600 for 60 weeks of the Gold Report. This offer is valid for current or new subscribers. Everyone is welcome to take part in this special promotion as we celebrate the 600th weekly issue of the Gold Report. All the details are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Dow up 72 points right now. S&P is up 10, trading out at 1754. And, for those of you that didn't get a chance to attend the workshop that Tom and David put together last week, I remember taking a look at the, what a great opportunity. Look, if you missed out on that opportunity, take the next one, which is right now. Go and test drive the art of timing the trade charts out there, because the scanning tool that it comes with. You would talk like the thing we can't get back in time, get back in life is time. Money, you can make that back, quite frankly, in a heartbeat out there. And I remember seeing the scans come across that morning. And one that I just had taken a quick look at, it was King Kong. It was actually KONG is the ticker symbol. And if you're one that likes to invest in stocks over in China, it was a beautiful pattern. I'm going to go ahead and I didn't investigate it closely because it looked to me like something that David and Tom would probably talk about during that workshop. So I didn't talk about it during the show. And it wasn't until I saw something come through in the side of the Tiger's Den that I was reminded about King Kong. So let's go take a look at this stock chart. Just simply from a pattern standpoint out here. This was really setting up a very nice Gartley buy pattern. If we take a look at coming off of the swing point from August 15th all the way up to that high volume high, wide-ranging bar out there, I mean, that is a beautiful thing. And as we take a look at this, a nice 0.786 Gartley buy pattern. Now, when we take a look at this thing's got everything that you would want in it from a Gartley pattern. What are those things? Well, number one, what it has in it is take a look at a high volume bar like that. From the trading session of September 6th. This says that high should be tested, $14.92. That's the first thing it's got. Number two, if we take a look at the A to B equals CD down, and that's what a Gartley needs. It needs an A to B equals CD down. It completes the 1-to-1. But what it did do here is we had a nice little doji candle on the trading session of October 16th, and then a bullish engulfing candle to boot, to follow, right here and there. And that was your signal on the Gartley buy pattern to go ahead and take that trade if you were so interested in it, trading at 1066. Right now it's at 1124. This equity ought to go up and at least test the highs in the 1492 range. What it does after that, Well, let's face it, if it doesn't have the kind of volume that it did on that day, that probably acts as a resistance level. But a nice reward to a risk trade, that was on King Kong, or KONG, is the ticker symbol out there. And actually, if I take a look at this equity on a weekly chart out here, this is very nice. Not bad looking stock chart as well. Now, what this did do, I would have pulled this back a little bit further. I haven't really looked at it much. So what this did do is come into the swing point high. This is the weekly chart from October of 2009. With that only has 1.1 million shares. And that wide-ranging bar was moving in with 4.5 million shares out there. So, if you liked Chinese, you could pass on this, but these are the types of patterns that you like to look for. If just the opposite. If, for example, if I put this back on a daily chart, and this was making this Gartley buy pattern, but you had some high volume low that was not too far below this area, price would likely head towards that area. So that is on Kong. KONG is the ticker symbol. But just do yourself a favor. Just go test drive the art of timing the trade charts out there. Gives you, it does all the work for you. It does 90% of the work for you, which is really what you need. 80%, 90%, which is just identifying the Gartley sell and butterfly sell and butterfly buy and Gartley buy patterns that are out there. And then you can do the rest of the work and create the strategy. Folks, it is Terrific Tuesday. If you're off to start your day, just remember this. You have an amazing power within yourself. And that power, it's so strong, it'll create a life of abundance, cure incurable diseases, build billion-dollar businesses, paint magnificent masterpieces, but most of all, create fantastic, loving families. Thanks so much for being a part of the TFNN family. Have a great day, folks. Look forward to seeing you soon. What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve. Yet, you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.